I just told you the story of the puppy in a cage no longer. And there's a reason this story touches people. It is simple, and because it is simple, it can reach places that explanations often cannot. And this story is not only about a puppy, it is about what happens when fear becomes familiar. It is about the strange way we can outgrow a cage and still feel afraid to leave it, even if it is invisible now. It is about anxiety. It is about survival. It is about safety. It is about that part of us that wants freedom and the part of us that is terrified of it, right? Now, from the outside, people may say, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just try? Why don't you just move on? Yeah, but from inside the cage, the open door does not always look like freedom. Sometimes it looks more like danger. The cage may be too small, it may be lonely, it may even be painful, but it is known. And the unknown world may contain grass, sunlight, play, friendship, and joy, but it also contains risk. And that is why healing often happens slowly. Not because a person is weak, not because a person is stupid or deficient, but because fear has been trained. And what has been trained usually needs to be gently retrained. You know, one of the most important parts of this story is that the puppy does not become free simply because the door opens. The open door matters, but it is not enough. The puppy also needs safety, food, kindness, a child, a ball, a place where he is not only tolerated but welcomed. And that is really very human, right? Many people cannot recover their sparkle through willpower. They need experiences that teach the body, I'm safe enough now. They need small moments of trust. They need people who do not force the door open and drag them out. They need someone who can sit nearby, offer kindness, and make life outside the cage feel possible. So, sometimes healing begins with a question, and sometimes with a story, and sometimes with a person who says, in one way or another, come, you were not made only to wait. Because recovering your sparkle, your joy, does not always begin with confidence. Mostly it begins with one small step, one paw outside the cage, one honest conversation, one safe relationship, one moment of laughter, one tiny experience of joy. The puppy did not become brave all at once. He peeked, he froze, He ran. He got scared. He felt lonely. He needed help. And then, slowly, he remembered how to play. And that is often how people recover too. Not in a straight line, not by pretending everything is fine, but by discovering one moment at a time that life may still hold grass, sunlight, friendship, laughter, and belonging. The cage may have been real, the fear may have been real, but the door may be open now. And sometimes this realization is the first sparkle. So now, as we get to the end of this video, let me give you a few questions that may be helpful for your journey. Questions that you may want to ask yourself, maybe even journal about or talk about with another trusted human. And for your convenience, I also added them to the video description somewhere around here. There's question number 1. Where in my life might the door already be open, but I'm still afraid to step through? Number 2. What feels familiar, even though it may no longer fit the life I want to live? Number 3. Who or what helps me to feel safe enough to take one small step? Number 4. Where have I mistaken familiarity for freedom? Number 5. What would grass, sunlight, and play look like in my life right now? And you do not have to answer quickly, because sometimes the best questions need time. And maybe the story touched something in you. Maybe it reminded you of a younger part of yourself. Maybe it made you think of someone you love. Maybe it made you wonder whether the door is already open. So today I want to leave you with this. You may not have infinite possibilities, but you may have more possibilities than you can see from inside the cage. And sometimes healing begins when a person realizes the door may already be open. So if this story spoke to you, you may enjoy the sparkle stories on my website, drchristine.com. These are gentle stories about fear, hope, healing, and the work of being human. You can also subscribe to receive future stories, reflections, and educational essays by email. Now, let me be very clear about one more thing. This video, like all of my videos, is educational and reflective in nature. It does not provide medical care, diagnosis, or treatment. And if you are struggling with anxiety, depression, trauma, panic, severe distress, or thoughts of harming yourself, please seek appropriate professional support or emergency help in your area. You are not weak for needing help. And sometimes another human being can help us see the open door and start and take the next step.